Hi, I'm Jordan Bourke. I've got a delicious miso charred aubergine dish for you today. It's going to be topped with a tahini yogurt, dried chili flakes, sesame seeds, and spring onions. So first up, I'm going to make the tahini yogurt. It's a really simple way of just pimping up your yogurt, basically. You're adding in the lovely nutty tahini, just a couple of spoons, 2 or 3 spoons. And then in on top of that, a teaspoon of honey and some lemon juice as well, and then just mix that all together. So we're just going to set this aside for later and then bring in the aubergines and slice them up ready for the oven. For the aubergines, we're just going to cut them in half lengthways and then score the inside of them so that they cook more evenly. So to score them, you want to go all the way to the bottom but without going the whole way through, and then just do it in a crisscross fashion like that. Once you score them, just drizzle over some olive oil. Don't have to be too exact about this, you're just moistening the surface a little bit, and just get your hands in there as well, it's easier. Then when you come to season it, just err on the side of caution because the miso is of course really salty, so you don't want too much salt, but just a little bit, which helps to kind of draw out the moisture as it's cooking in the steam oven. A little bit of pepper. And then straight onto the perforated tray to go into the steam oven. And use the perforated one because it allows the steam to come up from the bottom as well as the top, which gets it lovely and tender and juicy. So the key to this dish is of course the miso dressing. I'm going to be using some red and white miso. The white miso is a little bit sweeter, the red miso a bit more of a kind of a deep umami flavor, and then also some mirin, which is the Japanese rice wine, which adds a little bit of sweetness, and a tiny teaspoon of brown sugar as well, which just helps the mixture to caramelize when it's in there. So add in about 1.5 tablespoons of both the white and red miso. A teaspoon of brown sugar, and then about 3 tablespoons of the mirin. So we'll just put that over a medium-high flame and let the mixture bubble up until it all comes together, just to the point where it's one uniform texture so that the sugar has melted and the miso has come down into a nice thick sauce. So the aubergines are beautifully tender now, lovely and moist, so just transfer them over to a baking tray. So now we're just going to spread the miso paste over the top of the aubergines, a nice even layer, and then that'll go under the grill to get it caramelized and bubbling. So I'm just going to put this in on the fanned grill setting, which I love because it's perfect for drying out the aubergines a little bit, but also with the grill on top, getting that lovely caramelized sugar effect on top, so it's perfect for this. So the aubergine are looking absolutely amazing now. Lovely caramelized, crispy, golden on top. So we're going to bring these over onto the platter, dollop over some of the tahini yogurt, then we've got the spring onions, the mixed sesame seeds, and some dried chili to go on top. And there you have it, miso charred aubergine, looking absolutely delicious, lovely charred miso topping. It's really simple to put together. You can serve it tapas style, as a starter, or just as a side with loads of other dishes. Tuck in.